Hello, everybody. All right.
How's things? You well?
Just before we start, just so you know, accreditation should be available for collection from tomorrow. And obviously on match day, but Matt Derek Foley, lead the way. Those are. But you'll need either a wristband or your accreditation for access to the captain's run tomorrow. So pick it up on the way if you can, please.
Why's Derek got his?
I would not have.
How's he got it?
The opening minutes will be live, and then we'll have embargo, so I'll invite TV.
Disaster.
And hopefully you can see her.
What the hell's going on?
Initially.
Were you listening around City Radio?
I didn't watch it now.
He stopped even commentating.
I'm a bit busy at the minute, other than listen. They were saying how good they were.
City Radio was all over City for the first half. Just
I know. Hey, nearly as bad as your lot. Nearly. Yeah.
Just bad comment.
Good start.
Wait, start 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Michael Glenn and Phil kicked off.
Hey.
Just on team selection, Ty Farrell misses out. What's the issue there?
He had a bit of a hamstring strain, slight hamstring strain coming into camp. Obviously, he didn't play in his last Leinster game before he came into camp. We thought it would be something that would progress. He was rehabbing like a few other lads, and unfortunately, it's just not picked up in time. So rather than push too hard and then him be out for the series, we'll take our time and hopefully he's back sooner rather than later.
Do you think he'll be open for next week, or?
We'll see. We'll see how it progresses. He's had a good week as far as next steps, etc. But there's obviously there's a process that you have to go through.
And just on the team as well, Robbie Henshaw missing out on the 23. Good, strong selection. What are your thoughts behind what the team you selected?
It's a good side. A couple of positions there where we've had to pick a few lads that's not had much game time, but there's other positions where lads have had good game time and are in top form, and unfortunately for Robbie, that's just the timing of things. I mean, we all know what a world-class player he is. Another week's training under the belt, which he's had, and he was very good actually in the training camp. It'll set him up for future games over the next month.
And that hooker, Ronan and Rob, all ready to go.
Ronan and Rob have done everything since we came into camp, so yeah, we're really pleased with that.
Thank you. Amber?
Hi Andy, how are you?
Hi.
Obviously you prepare for each game the same way, but is there a slightly different feeling around the place in camp when you feel it coming to town?
I think if it's a subconscious thing, probably, just because of the nature of the battles that we've had and the drama that's unfolded within those games. We all get excited. We're all rugby fans as well, you know. So Friday night game, first game of the international season at the Aviva. If you can't get excited about that, we're in the wrong place. So, but what I would say is that, as we all know, you get a limited amount of time to prepare for the start of any campaign internationally. So the focus has certainly been on getting up to speed and seeing where we can improve our own game first and foremost.
There's been a bit of talk this week about the brilliant long record that Ireland have. How proud are you of it, and how conscious are you of protecting?
We don't speak about it a lot. We obviously believe it's important to perform here at home. Everyone wants the home to be a little bit of a fortress. I suppose what's the meaning of that is to do the people proud that come and watch, and for them to feel proud that Ireland are hard to beat at home. So I suppose that's the thing that's on our mind, other than looking at records, etc. You know, I don't think that really comes into the reckoning for us.
On the year on from the World Cup, bar Johnny, it looks like a pretty settled Irish setup. New Zealand, on the other hand, quite a few changes. How different do you see it being this time around?
I don't see the recollection of the last game at all, really. We didn't even get chance to review our last game in South Africa because we was on our holidays, weren't we? We had to get on a couple of flights to get home, and so our main thing has been about our last game. Where can we improve? What's the areas? And that, to be honest, is the main thing that excites us about where our next steps are. We got asked straight after the World Cup about the hangover, and that's such a distant past now. The Marseille game, etc. So we've moved on certainly since the quarter-final. That's for sure.
How's Keelan Doris coping with the armband? Is he walking tall, and what kind of captain do you see him being over the course of the next year?
He's been excellent. Yeah, he's been himself, which is the most important part. He's thriving in the role now. You can see that. He's certainly walking tall.
Thanks, Richie.
And Jonathan Sexton is in as a consultant this time around, and he has Taylor been leaning on him in terms of what to bring as a new leader.
Johnny comes in if and when suits, in and around his busy schedule at work, and his presence around the group whenever he does come in. He's there for everyone to use. Him having a good rugby man who's obsessed with, pardon the pun, obsessed with his rugby in himself. It's nice for everyone to have somebody like him to bounce a few stories off, and certainly I'm sure that Caelan, amongst others, are having a quiet word every now and again.
How did Peter O'Mahony react to Ken Doris being captain? How does he approach that?
Exactly how Peter always does, in as professional way as he possibly can, in the right manner, in the right manner, in the sense of that's what leaders should do. I've used him many times as examples in the past of how to handle yourself when things are not quite as you would like them, etc. Obviously, different permutations with injuries and all sorts of stuff, but Peter would be the first one to go up to Caelan and not just congratulate him, but help him out as well.
Thanks, Cameron. Art?
Andy,
Hey.
I was wondering what are the qualities you see in Caelan to be a captain?
Well, one, he's certainly popular amongst the group because there's no ego there whatsoever. He is unbelievably diligent in getting his own stuff right. He's so professional. He's come on leaps and bounds over the last 4 years in regards to that. He's worked it out. He's very comfortable in his own skin. Obviously, being a leader now on a good few occasions and learning from the leaders that he's had the pleasure to sit alongside in his international career. He's like a sponge. He's took it all in, and he's calm. He's not panicking. He's taking it all in his stride, and that puts everyone else at ease. He's very comfortable allowing others to lead at the same time. So, and on top of that, he's not in bad form, is he?
Excellent. Kieran, just the last question.
Andy, can we just talk a bit about Jamie Osborne and the developments you've seen him in through the South African tour, the way he started this season?
Yeah, it's not just from the tour. It's certainly over the last 2 years where, a quiet lad, loads of ability, can play the game in all sorts of different ways, very well in many different positions. But the confidence that he's gaining, he's not just part of the group anymore. He's adding to the group, etc. So he's. He's obviously a deep thinker of the game because it obviously means a lot to him because you see the dramatic improvements in every campaign that he keeps coming into us.
Okay, that's it for the live embargo section, and the rest is embargoed.